Okay, hey everybody, this is Terry Luongo, and welcome to the Monday Night Team Up Zoom broadcast. When you go live, you never know what's going to happen. So first and foremost, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope that you enjoyed it and you celebrated and you rested and you're ready to jump back into business. And I don't know about you, but show hands, how many of you feel overfed and undernourished? Say yes, say yes.
Yes.
That's the way I feel coming back from Thanksgiving. So tonight we're going to talk about the SHRED program, which does just the opposite. It's not about being overfed and undernourished. When you're with the SHRED program, you are just delivering pounds and pounds of produce to every cell, tissue, organ, and organ system in the body. So we're excited about what SHRED is doing for people internally and externally. And so we're going to visit tonight with three amazing women who embraced Juice Plus first, then embraced SHRED, and why they are a voice for the SHRED revolution. And tonight we're going to start off with Lisa Mosley. Lisa comes to us from Lubbock, Texas, and she has a Juice Plus story that led to a SHRED story that has just changed her health, but has also propelled her business. So Lisa, why don't you share your story with us?
Okay, I'd love to. Thank you, Terry. I was a very sick 54-year-old about 6.5 years ago and did not know what was going wrong with my body. It was just about everything, and I was going from doctor to doctor, and I didn't realize that it was my nutrition. And my beautiful daughter, Nicole Fletcher, just came in the door one day and said, "Mom, take Juice Plus. What's it going to hurt? It's just fruits and vegetables." So that was when I said yes to the product. And I truly was one of those lucky ones who felt a difference just so quickly. And it was just one of those things that changed my life, totally changed my life and my health. There's a lot of background noise. I don't know if someone can mute.
Could you guys mute yourselves out, please? Down in the left-hand corner, little mute button.
Okay, I'll go ahead. And so that began my reluctant distributor story because Nicole said, "Mom, listen, as much as you're going to be ordering, you need to just become a distributor." And I told Nicole that I wasn't going to tell anybody about it, and that I didn't like this kind of business and all of those negative things that we've all heard. I'm the poster child for the reluctant distributor. But what happened, it changed my life so much that I became an avid raving fan about Juice Plus and started sharing my story. And I've been a sales coordinator for 6.5 years now, but in March, when I went to the national conference, just a switch flip, and I became not just a raving fan, but also on a mission. It was like, I have to go back and share this with people. And so I began that journey. Then Tish Clayton in late May called and said she's a sideline buddy, and I'm just forever grateful to Tish for challenging me to get my team to join her in a 10-day SHRED. I didn't have a clue what it was. I have never dieted, and it was one of those things that I didn't think I could do it. I just, I was scared because I thought Tish is going to do so well and I'm going to fail epically at the 10-day SHRED. But it was just the opposite. What I learned was just how simple it is in 10 days to change your lifestyle and change your body. And in my first SHRED, I lost 10 pounds and I lost 2 inches off my waist. And let me just say, I was a believer. There was no going back from that. And I became a shredder for life after the very first SHRED. What I loved so much, I see Missy here, and I know that Kibby's on there, and Carla Rodriguez. Some of my new teammates jumped in with me. And when they jumped in, they were gung-ho, and we all saw these incredible results. And it just so happened that it was just a simple post after the shred that I put. This wasn't even, I didn't even have the before picture of me with it. I was in the picture on the right, the Team Brave t-shirt, and I actually in the post was thanking Kathy Crockett for the t-shirt and just talking about my Bible study that morning. But from that, I got 17 new customers in July.
Wow.
Because they saw that picture of me and they had seen other pictures like my before picture, which was taken last January. And believe me, I still look that way in May before the shred. And so when people saw my simple post with my picture, thank you, Kathy, for the Team Brave shirt, and then just that was all it was about. And they started posting and responding saying, "What are you doing? I need to know about what you're doing." And so that is how my shred experience exploded, how my teammates' shred experience exploded, and all of us owe Tish Clayton for just getting us up off our rears and making us do something that we were maybe a little reluctant to do at first.
I absolutely love this picture of you, Lisa. I mean, you radiate good health. You look like you've taken 20 years off the clock. You look like a teenager.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. So I can understand. Thank you for having the courage to post something like that, because look how many people you've been helped since then. And I loved how this has propelled your business to, senior sales coordinator. And you're taking on this revolution in a big way. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for being with us tonight. And I know that you're doing great things out there in Lubbock, and I know that you are great friends with Tish, and Tish is going to share her story with us tonight. Tish Clayton, also from Lubbock, has, just like Lisa, I mean, Tish has an amazing product story. And but she came to Juice Plus first because of the trio, and then embraced shred. So Tish, are you there, my darling? Hey, unmute yourself, honey. Tish, unmute yourself. Left-hand corner. There she is.
Hey, sorry. So y'all get the fresh-faced, wet hair look. I'm getting on an airplane at 4:15 in the morning, but so 9 o'clock is bedtime, and I'm so happy to see all these faces. Zoom is so fun. So I'm going to share just a little bit of my backstory, because I was an athlete all through my childhood, and even as an athlete, I was always a chunky kid. Until my junior year in high school, when I started driving, I stopped having to sit down and eat meals at home that my mom had cooked and started eating junk, maybe once a day, drinking lots of Dr. Pepper and smoking lots of cigarettes, which we all know is not the way to lose weight, but it is what it is. That's what I did at 16 years old. That also started years and years of yo-yo dieting for me. At that time, being skinny was really all that mattered. That's all that the girls were talking about. I even began binging and purging to try to control my weight, because it was just really all about the number on the scale. In my 20s, I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. It is a dual disease. It's an autoimmune disease and a muscular dystrophy. And at that time, my nutrition became a little bit more important, only because I had to eat to take my medications. I had a big surgery, and then I just had to have my medications as needed. So nutrition went out the window again, and it became about weight as much as possible. Kind of 6 or 7 years go by. My hubby and I are on vacation. We're in Mexico, just taking a leisurely walk down the beach, and I went into a full-blown relapse. By the time we got down the beach, I couldn't breathe. We got back to the States. I was pretty sick. I was in intensive care several times that year. I was back on all my medications, which included very high doses of steroids, a disease-specific medication which had horrible side effects. And then I was taking week-long infusion treatments that are similar to chemo and just kind of make you feel like you've been hit by a train. At this time, I was also in a wheelchair.
Wow.
The last time I weighed, I was 269 pounds. I went up 2 clothing sizes after that, 2 pant sizes. So at least 289 was probably my max weight, maybe even closer to 300 pounds. I was seeing
We just lost you, Tish. What do you think happened? Tish, we can't. We lost you, Tish. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to hold off as Tish rejoins us, and we're going to go to Michelle Malloy. Michelle, if you could unmute yourself. Michelle, could you unmute yourself? There we go. All right, so we're going to come back to Tish because she's got an amazing story. And so, Michelle, I asked you on the call tonight so that you would introduce our next speaker, Laura McMullen. I know she works very closely with you. And so I wanted you to share a little bit about your relationship with Laura, what you know about her, and what's been going on in her life and your life because of Shred.
Well, Laura and I, we have known each other half of our lives. We met 25 years ago in flight attendant school, and I left that industry a few years later, but Laura stuck with it. We have remained friends and BFFs all these years, and she joined the Mission to Inspire Healthy Living about 3 years ago. Has it been about 3 years?
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 years. And so Laura is someone who has always been known as being healthy. Okay, so she was healthy 25 years ago before healthy became a buzzword. And I really looked up to her because I was eating chicken fried steak, biscuits, and gravy. Okay, and so for her to be healthy, I really idolized that about her. And so now I'm just going to let Laura share her story a little bit, and then I'll come back and ask Laura a few questions.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Terry, for asking me to be on the call. You know, it's been a journey with being healthy. I mean, because I've just tried all kinds of stuff. I've been on all kinds of supplements. And then when Michelle approached me about Juice Plus, I was like, well, sure, I'll definitely try it. And it's been a great, I've loved it. And what's interesting is that, you know, doing Juice Plus and drinking a shake is awesome, right? You know, we all can do, you know, feel healthy. Well, it's funny because now that I've done the Shred, and I did 2 shreds back to back. And like everybody says,
for lunch, I can add it to it.
Somebody needs to mute themselves, please. I hear a little child talking. When I did the 2 shreds, you know, I mean, it definitely changes how you think about food, what you look at on the shelf, what you see other people eating. It just makes you cringe, and to know, oh my gosh, I'm not ever going to eat that. And I did well. I lost probably 8 to 10 pounds right away, and then I went on a vacation with my kids to Europe, and I continued to lose weight. Even though I ate a little bit of this and that, I still watched what I was eating. And, you know, it made a huge difference. And I feel great. I ended up losing more weight, a little bit more weight. So I ended up about 12 pounds down. And my kids went away to school. I was stressed, but I still continued to maintain. And I just was so happy. But what's interesting, since all that occurred, a few weeks back, a friend had posted a picture on Facebook of herself, or somebody had commented on it. And I happened to be in the picture with my backside. And at first I did not know it was me. And then I zoomed in on it and I went, oh my God. And so that was a year ago, last summer, my 35th high school reunion, guys. And so this is me. Can you actually see that? And so this is me on Juice Plus, but not shredding. And I thought, oh my gosh, who is that? And so when I saw that picture, and this was just a few weeks back, I said, oh yes, my life is so different now. And I just, you know, I can't imagine. But when I posted my pictures, you know, with my bathing suit on and everything, that's when I really started getting, you know, people took me seriously, so that I knew that I was doing something that was visible.
And you know, Laura, I don't know if everybody knows this, but Laura's a flight attendant. You know, she lives at 30,000 feet. And I don't know, I've not seen American Airlines serve shred food, you know. And so she has to be very, very, very conscientious and very disciplined to do this. And the payback has just been amazing. And thank you for, you know, for posting those pictures of yourself, because it has made, I mean, it's blowing your business up. So Michelle, do you want to wrap up another comment or two about Laura's success with Shred?
Yeah, I really do, because Laura and I are close to the same age, and I guess we can say we're in our 50s, because I just had my landmark birthday. And I know that one thing that Laura had to struggle with in her business when she began to share the shred, the feedback that she got, because we were working so closely together, is, well, Laura, you always look good. Laura, you have always looked good. But it was when she posted her before and after pic, and I hope that we can have that on this Zoom call. It was when she posted that before and after pic that her business exploded, because people could visibly see that she was busting through that hormonal midlife myth that as women we all believe is going to be our truth. So Laura, if you could speak to that just for a couple of minutes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you know, I have not had a lot of hot flashes, and I didn't have all that mood swing and all that. Because I've, like I said, been on Juice Plus for 3.5 years, and I did take, something natural to supposedly help with the hot flashes, but I haven't been taking it recently, and I'm not having any. And so I probably had, been in menopause for maybe a year, and I have not had any of this stuff that people say that, how awful it is and how they're drenched in sweat, and nothing like that. Nothing. So I've been very happy.
That's the power of a well-nourished body. I know one of the programs that I'm looking at doing is, busting the myth about menopause and PMS, and we don't have to have a lot of these symptoms, and we don't when we're well nourished. So I'm so glad that that's been your output, Laura, and thank you, Michelle. And I think Tish Clayton is back. Tish, are you ready? There we go. This is like live television.
I know, I don't have a clue what happened. So I just started getting all these texts. So I'm not really sure where I left, except that I was fat and very unhealthy at the time. At that time, Ken Stevenson, who I was working for, introduced me to Juice Plus. And the coolest thing was he was able to give me a research packet to take to my doctor, to my neurologist, and say, hey, can I take this? Look at these journals. Because with myasthenia gravis, you cannot take supplements at all. So a week later, the neurologist called and said, I don't think it will help you, but you can take it. So really, long story short, after a couple of years, I am training for half marathons. I'm competing in triathlons. I'm losing some weight. I'm off all of my medications. In fact, my doctor, after about 3 years, finally says, you are in complete remission and I don't need to see you back. Remission is not a word that gets used very often with this disease. So to say I was excited is, so much less than what I actually was. So during, I trained for a half marathon. I actually trained for it 3 times. But during the second time I attempted a half marathon, I ended up getting a stress fracture in my right hip, which is just a side effect of being on such high doses of steroids for such a long time. I did a really slow training and still got a stress fracture, which knocked me out for 18 months, and I had 3 surgeries. Now, I'm a yo-yo dieter, have been my whole life. So the one thing that I really noticed during this time is I didn't gain any weight. I wasn't losing any more weight, but I was not gaining weight even though I wasn't able to exercise. This is absolutely huge for me. So then I realized that my body and my thinking are transforming. I'd lost about 80 to 90 pounds at this point, and then I was stuck. I was strong and I was very active, but I was still overweight. And then Amber Weaver and Rebecca Beavers, y'all, they are the shred queens. They were talking about shred, and I just said, we stayed in a hotel room together. And I said, hey, can I do this with you? And they said, absolutely. So we did it. And then I was like, okay, now what? I've done the 10 days. I saw amazing results. So now what? Okay, well, I'm in Lubbock, Texas, so let me just call Lisa. And I called Lisa, and she was, to hear her tell it, I had no idea she was hesitant. She was just like, yep, let's do it. And we did. And we grabbed a few friends. Some of them were on our team, and we started a shred group. That shred group quickly grew to the point that we had to split off into 2 separate groups. It was crazy. We split off. I had friends joining me. Friends became team members. I was learning to be a leader. Leaders were being born on our team. And y'all, I was having the time of my life. I love coaching shredders. Right now, I continue to be in full remission with no medications. I've reversed all the symptoms of my myasthenia gravis. Y'all, I busted my plateau. Since I started shredding, I've lost another 4 pounds. I don't really know because I don't go by the scale so much anymore. And Shred 10 has taught me so much. I've learned that this wellness journey is about progress and not perfection. I'm learning to be a little bit more kind to myself and that I can control my health and not just my weight. The name Shred 10 really kind of got me thinking about the 10 things that I wanted to get rid of with this program. So for me, personally, I am shredding self-doubt. I'm shredding disease, insecurities, unhealthy habits, shame, anxiety, stress eating, caffeine, and inflammation. And y'all, that's what I focus on. And the excess pounds and the excess inches just kind of disappear, and I feel so good.
Tish, I call I call that the Shred Creed. Thank you for putting that together for us. So, okay, guys, this is the deal. This is the deal. Are you shredding? If you're not, why? Why are you not embracing this program? If you're saying yes, are you saying yes to the entire Shred program, including taking the pictures so that you yourself can see the results that you are experiencing? So every aspect of this program is so very important. Now, you know that starting this month in December, we're going to start educating about the revolution, right? And the revolution has 2 parts to it. One simple step where we can just put people on the trio capsules, and that's wonderful, and we're so happy. Or if they want to step it up, there's the Shred program that we've been talking about. So we're going to have 2 programs now under the umbrella of Revolution. And I'm so excited about it. But here, this is what I know. There's a lot of people come December 26th who are going to be actively looking for a program to get healthy internally and externally. People are going to be looking to shred some inches, shred inflammation, shred pounds. So we have to be prepared. We have a window of opportunity between December 26th till about January 10th to be sharing the message of Shred, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the premier program of all programs out there. The only way that you're going to be able to share the Shred message in the revolution is if you are experiencing it. So say yes, come on along. If you don't have a Shred group, believe me, we can place you in a group so that you can have a personal experience. Now, to back up this message, next Monday night on the team call is Catherine Lee. And Catherine Lee is going to be talking to us about marketing Juice Plus and Shred throughout the holidays. You're not going to want to miss that call. All right, guys. So thank you for putting up with some technical issues, like nobody could hear me. Pictures that didn't come to the screen, all sorts of fun stuff, but that's what live television is all about. So thanks so much. Have a blessed night, everybody. No, I love you. Peace out. Peace and blessings.